All right, all right. I think I'm live. Hello, all Zen friends. Welcome to a special Friday night edition where I'm coming back on to finish out all the readings from this earlier session. I only completed donations. I had two left that I needed to complete. So I didn't do any of the free readings for YouTube channel members or for non YouTube channel members. So we'll be completing those, though I don't have a ton, so I'm going to complete all that. You'll notice there's no chat. I'm not going to complete any. Um, I'm sorry, I'm not taking any new requests. This is just completing the ones from the earlier session. But I will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you're interested, you can come back then. Also tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So feel free to come join us. Let's see what else. I did in the description box of the video, I list the order in which I'm going to attempt to complete these. I'll try to follow the list. I have it all in order on my screen, so we should be good. And that way you can see where your reading is going to be. I'm going to complete 2 donations, and then I have 3 YouTube channel monthly members. They get second priority. And then I will move on to all the free readings for non-channel memberships. So we'll complete them all tonight, though, because I just have like 10, I think, of the free readings. So I wanted to give those because there's some energy going on that I felt like Spirit definitely wants to bring in some messages to give you some guidance on what to do with all this crazy, crazy, intense energy that's going on. So we'll dive in. So to start off, we are going to look at Miss K. So thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, do you see me building a family in the future? All right. Let's take a look here based on your current energies. Are you building a family in the future? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know here about building La Familia? Let's see here. Got that and that one too. And that one underneath that one. All right. What do we got going on here? Let's scooch these over. Let me just separate these out so I can see. Well, I haven't seen them yet. I'm only seeing the back of the cards to start off. So at the bottom of the deck, though, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is an interesting energy to come in with this question because they're all about the thinking in their head. But they're the masters of thinking. They roll over the sword suit. All kings are given a second portion of swords. So they're the master of seeing things from a higher perspective and a lot of clarity that will come in with this too, which of course we'll see in these cards coming in. Yeah, so let's see where we're going with this here. You have the Queen of Cups. So you got the King of Swords as the underlying energy with the overthinker and so much there. Then you have the Queen of Cups, which is the complete opposite. She rolls over emotions and cups, and all the queens are given a second portion of cups. So you're talking about like complete opposites attracting here. So it does feel like here, like there is this counterpart that's here, that's below the surface, big thinker, and then someone who's very emotional and being on the like the opposite sides of this, but you draw each other closer. And there's something about the opposites being here that's drawing you guys together. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you're the Four of Pentacles, which is one of my cards that's about home, capital H home. So it does feel like you will build a family because you've got this wonderful, interesting combination of 2 individuals and the card of home. So it very much feels that way. That's what these 3 cards are that came out together too. You have the Devil card. So there is this energy with that King of Swords and the Devil card. This is Capricorn, Saturn energy about questioning your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets about the supposed to be and should be and need to be, like, you know, what does this mean, building a family? It's getting out from restrictions and just knowing, otherwise you wouldn't build it. But it is very different than you have been thinking that it would be. See what else we have here too. Yeah, you got the Five of Swords, which is the battle between the head and the heart. And this makes sense with the Devil card energy because it is the shaking and the rattling of our long held beliefs about what a family is supposed to look like and should be, and how is it supposed to unfold, and how does it come about, and who am I supposed to be in that, and how is this, and how is that, right? All these rules just suck the life out of things. And when this feels like kind of throwing everything, all the thoughts and all the rules out, and just seeing what unfolds and going, all right, here we go, Um, what am I seeing? Is it maybe it's the Brady Bunch, here's a man named Brady with 3 boys, and here's, um, you know, um, the lady with 3 girls, and they form this family together, right? And you're like, "Well, there's this family, here we go, boom." It's wasn't traditional, but here we go, right? And then we have the World card, yeah. So, this is the last card in the major arcana, which is the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure that's free of all these expectations. It's a world of possibilities. So I feel like they're saying, yeah, you can definitely build a family, but part of this, the timing of it is you deconstructing all this concepts and rules about what it's supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, which brings in freedom with all this. So I like it. And then you have, yeah, the Ten of Cups, building a family, joy, joy, emotional overflow. And underneath that, you have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So again, this is letting go of the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets that would keep you feeling blinded and bound and trapped and restricted around family. So it's been reiterated here several times. We get it already, right? I know. But it definitely has it's definitely within your cards, within your future. It's just a matter of when, depends on how much you and how fast you deconstruct the all those mindsets around what that has to look like and how it's supposed to come about, um, and just allow that family to come in the perfect way, in the perfect manner, in the perfect timing. So I like that. Right, and that's what they have for you, Miss K. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then the second donation was from LotuzFlowerBomb. So thank you for your additional donation. I appreciate that. And let me get your question here. There it is. So, will you moving be a smoother transition that it has been over the past couple of months? All right. So, based on current energies, let's take a look here and see what else Spirit wants you to know here. So will it be a smooth transition? And then what else do they want you to know here? Okay, they want those. And they do want those. Okay. All right. So let me just scooch these out too. Come on, come on, come on. All right, there we go. So at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Swords, which is the expectations equal disappointment card. Now, this isn't about um, well, it kind of is about the whole move, but they're saying here that the unsmoothness of the past couple of months have to do with this fears, expectations equal disappointment, right? Because whatever we focus on grows and expands and does that. Um, and so over these last couple of months, what I'm kind of feeling is it's like, well, it's supposed to go this way. Man, it doesn't. So, oh, it's not going smooth because we have these expectations of what a smooth move is supposed to look like. But when we let all that go and we kind of go with the flow, then it's different. It's like they're giving me example. This I went to visit my dad in Hawaii once, and it was wonderful. A dear friend of mine, she had all these free miles because she had this credit card that she would do all these flipping of homes and different things, and So she had all these miles and she was like, "I got so many that I'll never use them." She goes, "I'm buying your tickets to Hawaii." And I'm like, "What?" And it was amazing. I was like, "Wow." And she goes, "Do you care how many stops it is?" I'm like, "No, it's free." I'm like, "Whatever, you arrange it. Just let me know and send me itinerary, and I'll let my dad know when I'm arriving," you know? And, I flew from Colorado to Fort Worth. Wait, went from Colorado Springs to Denver, and then Denver to Fort Worth, and then Fort Worth to LA, and then I'd catch my LA to Hawaii. Well, in between my, flight from Fort Worth to LA, my flight got canceled, to go to Hawaii, um, and so I arrived, and as soon as the phone popped on, it had all these messages about delay, 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 canceled, and I was like, "Uh-oh." But it was amazing because at that point in my life, I was in the flow, and I was just like, "Oh, well." People were getting upset, and people were yelling, and almost fights breaking out in the line of getting us on different flights for the next day. There were no flights. We were gonna either have to go to a hotel or stay over, in the airport and all this kind of stuff, and it was like, "Okay, well, just going with the flow," and got up there, and they were like, "What time's the flight in the morning?" It was like a 6:30 AM flight, and I go, by the time I got to a hotel and got my luggage and did all that, I'd have to, like, sleep a couple hours, wake up to take something back to get to to the airport to check in, to catch the flight and do all that, right? And I'm like, "Can you just have some blankets? I'm just gonna sleep here." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine," and it was the expectations. If I had like, "Oh, it's supposed to be this and supposed to be this and supposed to be this," I would had a miserable time, right? But I just went with the flow. And I feel like that's kind of what they're saying is here is it is always going smoothly, but it's these thoughts and these expectations that make it feel we have this story of unsmoothness, right? So I like that kind of energy just to start off on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else they have here for you. Yep. So with the change of attitude, you have the 6 of Wands, which is all about celebration and smoothness. King of Pentacles is abundance that comes in here. So there very much is this energy of like, you know, um, look at the fullness of things. What are we grateful for? The more we focus on gratitude for things, right? The more we draw those things to us. The more I focus on the fears and the expectations and the supposed tos and need and want, the more I draw in things I don't want, and the more I repel things that I do. So I like this. Yeah, it can go very smoothly. It can feel very abundant if we just let go and not focus on those things and focus on gratitude and joy and laughter and going, all right, here we go. You know, um, Regardless of what happens, I'm going to say this is going smooth. I'm going to choose a story of smoothness and flowness, right? Interesting energy, right? Yeah, and you got the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Balancing your head and your heart equals uh, victory. The Wheel of Fortune is even your human can be on board with what unfolds here. When we realize, because there's a message that comes with the Wheel of Fortune, it's the tune of for you, the for tune. When you realize that anything that unfolds is for me, it's not happening to me. So the unsmooth things that happened the last couple of months, there was a reason why you wanted that to happen for you. And when we in are in a place of like life is happening to me, then of course we go in that victim role and we invite more things to happen to us because we really want to learn that lesson, right? But when we realize life is happening for me, I can look for the gift in what has happened. What was it teaching me? What How did I grow through it? What is it trying to show me? Then we look at life a little differently and we draw in different energies, right? So I like that for you. And then you have, yeah, so you have the 6 of Swords, which is leaving behind the smaller T truth ways of thinking and move forward. And transition and movement card, it can go from choppy waters to calmer waters, unsmooth waters to smooth waters, right? Changing the mindset. You have the Page of Wands. Whatever you focus on with your magic wand is what you grow and expand. So again, reinforcing Focus on gratitude, focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and woo, 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 right? Knowing that everything is for you. And you got the lover's card. Power of emotional choice. And so this kind of reiterates what we've been talking about here, that it is this every moment I get to choose how I feel about a situation. Um, we have a lot of opinion that, oh, when that happens, that's supposed to be unsmooth and bad, right? Oh, and when that happens, that's good. It's like, no, everything that just happens just is till it gets in here and we apply a story to it. When it gets in here and we choose what emotion we want to feel about it, the energy that we exude each moment, in our focus and our manifestation energy, and the choices I make in the outside world, all of that energy is my power, right? I get to choose. Yeah, we're given a lot of opinion growing up on what when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, how I'm supposed to feel about it, the energy I'm supposed to focus on it, the things I'm supposed to react in the physical world. But doesn't mean that we have to keep that opinion, even though we took it on growing up. It's like, nah, I'm changing my mind, changing my story. I love it for you. So it feels like a very big possibilities of smoothness when you're going with the flow and changing your mindset. You actually draw in smoothness instead of drawing in unsmoothness. unsmoothness. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, Lotus Flower Bomb. Enjoy your move. All right, much love. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. All righty. So those were the donations. The others will go a little faster. Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards, so these will go a little faster. I'm just going to take a sip here. So next up, we do have the 3 of my YouTube channel members. And so they get first priority as part of their membership. So we'll do those first. So we've got Sarah Taylor up. Hey, Sarah. So I am well, and you're feeling lost in the forest today with little bunny Fufu who hops down the bunny trails, finding little fairies and bopping them on the head. That's a little campfire song we used to sing when I was young. It is kind of funny. But you want to know, have some guidance for the way forward here. So you're feeling a bit lost, and there's a lot of that energy today. I'm hearing it from a lot of people. So you're not alone. It could be something in the astrology. I mentioned earlier that we're in the midst of eclipse season. The first eclipse, the Virgo full moon lunar eclipse, is on March 14th. And we feel that 4 to 6 weeks, if not 8 weeks beforehand. And as we get closer to that date, it gets more intense. And then we have March 29th, which is the Aries new moon solar eclipse. And we'll feel all that energy again 4 to 6 to 8 weeks before and after, too. So we're going to be in this energy. There's a ton of energy going on in the world this year. Um, Pluto in Aquarius, and we got our North Node going into Pisces. That's in Pisces. A lot of this internal stuff, this changing, this challenging energy. A lot of planets that are retrograding back over the 29th degree, and a lot of them are going over the 29th degree, which is a lot of karmic reflection and transformation energies. So this year is huge for transformation, and we're all feeling a lot of growing stretchiness, which can be like feel like growing pains because we're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. So just be aware you're not alone, and there's a lot of energy around that. And sometimes just knowing that helps us feel a little at ease, right? But let's see, what else does Spirit want you to know here? Guidance on the way forward. Yeah, feel the feel. 7 of Cups, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of emotional uncomfortability because it's just so much emotion that we're feeling here. And so they're just like, it's okay. There's no wrong emotion. Feel it, flow through it. The fastest way through these is by feeling it. I learned something about buffalo. Um, like cows, when they see a storm coming, run away from the storm, but then the storm overtakes them, and because they're running along with it, they stay in the storm longer, right? Buffalo learned when they see the storm coming, they charge at it because they know if they're running in that direction and the clouds are moving, the storm's going this direction, they're in the storm a shorter period of time. And I loved that because it's like, yeah, we face and flow through our emotions. We don't run from them. We don't stuff them. It's like, okay, just embrace this feeling of lost energy flowing into the unknown. And the King of Wands is stepping into your power too, realizing that you hold the power with that magic wand of the King of Wands. That, yeah, we're given a lot of uh, advice. The King of Wands is surrounded by advisors in the throne room, telling him the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be and the must be of that's what that means. This is what we need. This is what's supposed to happen. Blah 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 blah. All these advisors yapping in his ear. And there is this awareness. It's like they're like suddenly they're like, you know what? I'm the king. Thank you for all your opinion. Everyone clear the throne room. I'm going to decide what I want. I'm going to decide what things mean, what I'm going to feel, what energy I'm going to put forward, and what actions I'm going to take. Can't control anyone else's, but I am the king. I rule over my kingdom. So I'm going to take time to step back. And I feel like this lostness is you being torn between these expectations, this advice, these opinions of the outside world, and it's differing from what your heart is wanting. And this is this time of clearing the throne room, being in stillness, being in quietness, so you can decide what it is that you want. And then you can create a plan, and then you can put energy behind that and take steps towards that. And people just need to realize this is my kingdom. This is what I'm going to do. They can have their own kingdom and do what they want, but yours is your own. And I feel like it's this time of stepping into that power and realizing it's okay to not know while you're deciding. And stillness is very welcomed right now. So hopefully that helps, Sarah. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And then Shawn G, you were up. Are you going to get into the art show March 8th? All right. Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you get in to where you can have your stuff in the art show, right? Not just can you like sneak in, but will your stuff be there? Yeah. The Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. The Ten of Swords is about not worrying about, it's like letting the expectations go, let the fears go. And the Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. I feel like it's sudden. So be prepared that it won't be like last minute, but it's going to like, you're like, well, I don't think I'm going to get in there because they haven't responded. And all of a sudden, yep, 2 days, like, what is it, March 8th? It's like March 6th, you get a notification. You're like, oh, okay. So be prepared for it because I feel like the message will come suddenly, but just let the expectations go on how it's supposed to go and how it's supposed to unfold and all that. Just let the people pleasing expectation, blah blah blah. Just let that fall to the side and let this be prepared for sudden communication on, yeah, you can be in there, blah blah blah. You're like, oh my god. That way you're like, oh, I knew it. I'm all ready. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Shawn. Many blessings to you. How fun. Right. And then the last of the YouTube channel members is Happy Pill. So what do you need to hear right now? Let's take a look here. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Got the Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Six of Wands, Seven of Cups. Six of Wands is an energy of victory and flow. And the 7 of Cups is like a lot of different emotions that are flooding in. This progression is sticking out in my head going from the 6 to the 7. And I feel like it's important for you to celebrate your successes. It's important for you to celebrate what has unfolded and where you've come from and the things you've done. And the 7 of Cups is this, okay, well, I've done this. Now what? I feel like you're at this. You've accomplished something. You feel like you've gotten to a point, but now there's like 7 different avenues, 7 different emotions drawing you in 7 different directions. And it's bringing in this, kind of, I mean, it's confusion because it's like, well, I don't know which way to go. And I feel like Spirit is telling you there's no wrong choice. First of all, take the pressure off. You could choose any of them and you'd be fine. Um, but start with process of elimination. Like, think about each of these directions and go, does it bring me joy? No. Does it bring me joy? Well, that one kind of brings me joy. All right. What about the third one? Nope. The fourth one? Nope. Fifth one? Nope. Sixth one? Yeah, about the same as that other one. And then the seventh one, big, big joy. You're like, oh, okay, well, when I process of elimination, it makes it easier. You're like whittling down the choices from your heart, not from the logical mind of supposed to be and should be and all that, but from the heart. And one of them is going to really stand out from the other two because you're going to whittle it down to like three, and then it's going to be an easier choice to make. So I feel like that's what you need to know right now is in these decisions that are coming up to get out of your head into your heart and let your heart lead the way, and it'll make the decisions very easy because your heart knows the way. All right. So that's what they have for you, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then we will start now with the free readings. Like I said, I've got about maybe like 10 or so. So we will get to those. So hang in there, everybody. Up first is Ateshi Singh. So, Ateshi, this was like, Sarah, too, this energy of that you're dealing with an unpleasant phase where nothing seems to be going well emotionally and externally, even when you try to be positive and happy. When and how will I get out of this negative energy, right? So I talked a little bit earlier, and I think I did it on the beginning of the last video too about eclipse energy. And we do have a ton of this transformational and transitional and uprooting energy. And so with this, emotional kind of flood, this tsunami of all this emotion that you're feeling, um, I feel like you're picking up a lot from the world because there's a lot of energy going on in the world of fear. And I feel like you take on a lot of other people's emotions, and it's hard to differentiate between what's yours and what's theirs, right? Um, I think I shared it in the other stream, but what I'll do once I finish here, let me grab these videos because these are little short videos that can help to. Um, I feel like the empathic bubble and the real gift of an empath probably would help you the most. So I'm going to put those here. So they'll be next to your name in the comments when I post the comment. And then also, I'll put it in the description box of the video too. Let me just get those here. So there'll be two of them. One is the empathic bubble, and then the other is the real gift of an empath. And that helps you build up an emotional kind of little bubble so you don't take on everyone else's emotions. And the other is about how you can generate this energy within you that allows you to, uh, move the energy in the environment around you too. So those might help with that, but let's see what spirit has for you too. Okay. Just know that there's a lot of energy out there and you're not alone. I've been hearing from a lot of people about all of this energy that's happening here. Yeah. So you got the judgment card, which is your higher self, calling you to see things from a higher perspective. Um, and the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self, remembering who you really are, and the Ace of Wands, which is stepping into your power as well. And so, whatever we focus on the most is what does grow and expand, right? And so, um, the more I can focus on flooding my ears and my eyes and even my nose and my mouth and touch with things that bring me joy and raise my vibration, the more easier it is to, you know, grow that energy, and the other energy kind of falls away, right? And I I feel like there is, this I'm just gonna say that there are things that have been begging to be looked at within you emotionally, right? And those things will keep showing themselves like a little kid. Hey, 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 right? And so we don't want to, try to push those down. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be happy. It's like we do the most we can to focus our energy as much as we can, excuse me, on a higher vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude, right? But there's things, especially if there's things that keep coming up and yanking on our shirt tail, going, I want. It's like our little inner child. I need your attention. I've got these charged emotions I need to do something with. And so we don't, avoid them. We don't push them. We don't suppress them. We don't ignore them. It's like we just try to maintain focusing the majority of our energy on higher vibration stuff, but still taking time to do our shadow work, especially when triggers keep coming up and keep coming up. And it's important to, you know, reach out with this Three of Pentacles. It's like community. And or even, reaching out to someone, even counseling or, whatever. It's wonderful if we can do that because it allows us a third party to be able to give us tools to help us transform things and help us get that charged emotion. If you don't want to like involve other people, I mean, the Three of Pentacles can represent like seeking external advice, which can come through books and websites and different things too. But it's important that you take action to find other resources to help you transform these emotions because they'll keep demanding your attention until we flow through them and transform them. A great book, if you're interested in it, is it's The Presence Process by Michael Brown. It's Presence, not like Christmas presents, but like being present. Presence Process by Michael Brown really helps us get in tune with our inner child, and to move those charged emotions, as he calls them, and transform them so where they're not like overwhelming us, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit. But you're definitely not alone. There's a lot of that eclipse energy and all this sort of stuff going on that's bubbling everything up, demanding us to really turn inward and look at things. So when you realize there's nothing wrong with you, you're human, going through this human experience like the rest of us, facing those things. But some extra tools to transform those can help too. Right. So that's what they have for you, Ateshi. Hang in there, my dear. Many blessings to you. Right, and then we have Motivational Vibez. Hello, hello. So you wanna know what can you look forward to the rest of this February, which is what? 7 days? Can you believe we're a week away from the end of February already? This year's gonna fly by, which might be a good thing for us, right? Let's see what else they have here for you. So what can you look forward to for the rest of February? All right. Wow, you got the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. So 2 nines. So the Nine of Wands is about breaking through barriers, and the Nine of Cups is about your like your dream come true, your emotional dream come true. And for these next 7 days, I feel like there's great awareness that is brought to you about what is holding you back, what's keeping you back from stepping through this barrier to move towards your dreams come true. And the nines is the hermit kind of energy. And I feel like you're kind of being pocketed away a little bit so that spirit can bring that clarity to show you the empowerment. You know, nine wands is blocking your way, but one of them's glowing. One of the staves is glowing. And when you grab onto it and take it, you realize it creates a space for you to step through towards your dream. And the taking of that ace of wands is realizing like whatever you focus on is what you grow and expand in your life. And so if I'm focusing on want and need and fear and what I hate, those are the kind of things that grow and expand in your life. And these are the kind of things that create blocks for moving forward. They're like ball and chain that slow things down, these anchors that slow things down and don't allow you to move forward. But as you realize that I can focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, what am I grateful for in my life? That opens up the conduit and allows things to come in. When we want and need, our energy of want is telling us, I like wanting, not having, but wanting. And it pushes things away instead of drawing them toward us. Gratitude is what draws the things toward us. Want and need is what repels it from our lives. And it's an amazing thing to learn that because like I know like in corporate life when I was there, I tried so hard. I invested so much energy in trying to get promoted and getting raises and bonuses. And the more I tried, doing 4 times the amount of work, I got to meet expectations and none of that. And I was like, what do you mean? So I was like, fine, I'm not going to do all that extra stuff. I'm just going to go in and enjoy my job. I make good enough money. Why am I striving so hard? I was going to go in and enjoy myself. And because I was grateful for what I did have and was going in with a big open heart of joy, I got promotions and raises and bonuses for doing a fourth as much. And then you realize, like, well, how does that work? And then I realized, oh, it's that want and need that pushes things away. But gratitude is what draws it to you. And that whole change of intention and focus is what changes things. So hopefully that helps. But I feel like that is what you're becoming aware of during this next week that allows you to open up and move forward through things, drawing things towards you with that change of where you're focusing your magic wand. All right. So that's what they have for you, Motivational Vibez. And many blessings to you. All right. So let me just make sure I'm keeping uh, in proper order here. Okay. Yes, I am. All right. Just move these like this. Okay. So Nelia Medeiros, you are up next. So your free reading. Thank you for your donations earlier. Anything you need to know? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit feel you need to know? So you got the Justice card and the Knight of Cups. Interesting energy here. The Justice card, she's the balancer, right? She usually has the Ace of Swords and the Scales, which is about clarity, seeing things from a different perspective and letting go and transforming some lower vibrational, you know, small t truths rooted in fears, right? And this all has to do with Knight of Cups, which is the pursuit of love, of self love. But ultimately, I feel like this energy feels like searching for romance, searching for love in your life. And I feel like they're saying here you've been, of course, balancing the scales. You've been really seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, cutting away some of those old supposed to be's and should be's about who someone is supposed to be in a relationship, uh, who they're just supposed to be in general, what a relationship is supposed to bring to you, what it's supposed to look like, what it should look like, who you're supposed to be in a relationship, and even who you're supposed to be as a person. And a lot of clarity, a lot of balancing coming in, and the more mirroring you're getting from individuals, the more it's showing you more about yourself, and you're becoming aware of the triggers of these expectations because you're becoming more aware of your disappointments. And so when you're pursuing love and you're looking at love and you're looking at individuals, you know, realize that all these mirrors are showing you things for yourself, how your reflection of your self-love, but also of these expectations of these small t truths rooted in fear and the cage that you have your heart in. And so it's a wonderful process because each time it happens, it helps you become a little more freer, a little more freer, a little more freer, and you have been balancing the scales. And they're just wanted one to show you that you have been balancing the scales, but two that there's more balancing to be done, and that all these individuals that are coming across your path are perfect mirrors and reflection for you to realize that. Yay. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you, Nelia. And then faith and love, you are up next. So let's see, will you be in a stable romantic relationship this year? Oh, right. Boom, boom. Wow. Two cards came flying out. So you have the Four of Swords, which is about putting your mind at rest, and the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. The energy that comes with this combination of cards, because I feel like there are possibilities. There's not like a yes, you are. There's like a possibility that you can be, but it's so important here. So sorry. It's so important here to release these expectations on who you think you're supposed to be and should be and need to be. And a big piece of your learning this year is about not seeing if your energy matches someone else, um, seeing if you can fit into someone's life, but it's, are they matching my energy? Do they align with who I am? This Three of Pentacles is being true to you, not changing to be who you think other people think you should be to be lovable and get into a stable relationship. Because the stable relationship starts with a stable relationship with yourself. And the Four of Swords is about letting go of these expectations and these rules, and because these are all rooted in small t truths that you're, fearing rejection, fearing not being enough, fearing not good enough, fearing I'll never find a relationship. But once you align this relationship with your true self, allowing yourself to just express yourself, then this is what takes you in that direction. I feel like dating apps and trying to date and find someone, there's two routes that we go when we're looking for love, right? One is treating it like a company. My heart is a company. I have a position that needs to be filled. And so I'm looking for qualified candidates. I'm doing interviews. I'm doing background checks to see if they have the skills. Don't care who it is. It's not specifically a specific person. It's a position we're filling in our lives. That feels like work, right? The other, with this Three of Pentacles, is about focusing your energy on living your passion, living you, getting out there and doing things you love, things you're passionate about. Not having our hobby and our passion be trying to find love, but expressing the love that's in my heart and doing the things I love. Because in doing that, that's where you meet someone out there, and then a spark happens, and then a relationship organically grows from that action. Instead of looking like we're trying to fill a position, we are living life, and that person's living their life, and you end up doing something you both love, which happens to be the same thing. That's a commonality, it's a spark, and then there's this wonderful adventure that unfolds with that. So that's why it's possible, but it's important for us to make that transformation, to let all those expectations go, the old way of thinking how we have to go about this. It's like, no, I'm going to go live and enjoy, live my passions, and I'll meet someone that way. Um, and the more you raise your love vibration, the faster it comes in, but it has to do with the stable relationship I have with me, myself, right? So hopefully that helps, faith and love. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. Sure, I'm sticking to the list here. All right. And then Mrs. Eve, you are up. Hello, hello. So a general reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, evidently that card came flying out, floated out of the deck. All right. Well, you got the Strength card coming in here with very strong Leo energy and the Queen of Swords, which is this balance between head and heart. But it's also my card that represents a compatible person here. And the Strength card, um, being Leo and fire energy, I do feel like you're drawing a fire sign towards you. The Strength card is, of course, that's your human self and your higher self. So it does have to do with the relationship with yourself, of course, being primary. But this is this energy of drawing in this very compatible person. What else can we know about this? Fire, fire, fire energy. It doesn't have to be a Leo energy, but I just feel like this individual that you're drawing towards you, if you're not in a relationship, then this is romantic, compatible person. If you are in a relationship, it could be a compatible person that's like a best friend that will be your best friend for life, that you just feel like siblings, or even closer than siblings. It's like just amazing two peas in a pod energy, but someone very compatible that fits like a glove for you. So, like I said, if you're looking for romance, then this is an indication that you are drawing them towards you, but just continue to work on your self love. And because the more you raise your self love vibration, the faster they are drawn into you here as well. But I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now. I just feel like you just needed to know they are drawing here, but it's like, well, what can I do? The biggest thing we can do is work on our self-love and our self-worth, and raising that within us, because we can't love someone more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So the more we raise that, the more we open up our ability to give and receive love too. Plus, like I said, speeds things up. It draws um, us together faster as well. So hopefully that helps. That's what they want you to know right now, Mrs. Eve. So many blessings to you. All righty. And then we have Just Blessings. You are up next. Let me move the last ones over here. And you want to know, what is the energy between Scorpio and you? All right. And thank you for your donation earlier, too. So let's take a look here. What is the energy between Scorp and you? All right. Let's see what this is here. Whoa. Well, you seem to have a little bit of Empress energy and the Ace of Cups. So it is this emotional energy that draws you guys together. And the Empress energy, too, is sensuality and birthing and nurturing energy that comes in here. So I just feel like there's a lot of emotion below the surface. The Empress rules over like the four queens, right? Each queen has a cup, plus the Queen of Cups has one. So that's 5 parts emotion cups. 1 part fire, 1 part earth, 1 part air. So with this Ace of Cups, that's like 6 cups. So there's a lot of emotional energy that's below the surface. Kind of feel here, with this deep emotional flow, a lot of past life emotional connections too. So you guys have had many multiple lifetimes. They're showing me like each of the 5 cups below the surface of the Empress is like 5 significant past lives you guys have had with each other, and this being the 6th with this new Ace of Cups, that it's been happening. It's been romantic. It's been and I feel like it's been romantic in all of those relationships that they're pointing out, but it's like all this cosmic energy behind the Empress here. It's just like it's all in the stars, and you have this draw, and I kind of feel like you guys know that, right? This deep familiarity, this draw, like you're like, I don't know why I'm drawn to them, and it's because all this past life emotion is bubbling below the surface that's drawing you guys. So, excuse me, there is that scared me. Hiccup. There's a lot of that emotional energy, especially past life energy that's drawing you guys. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in for you. Just blessings. So many blessings to you. And then Sissy, you're up. General love read. All right. What does Spirit want you to know about love? All right. All right. It's all in your hands, baby. You got the Magician card, which is a powerful, uh, you know, divine energy, divine masculine energy of focusing on gratitude, focusing on what you do want. And if you're wanting love, this energy is not focusing on want and need because, we can ask the creator and go, I would really love a loving relationship. Um, and and then we ask once, they have a great memory. You don't ask them again. We just start on gratitude. Think about all the loves you've had in the past, what you really loved about them. That draws in that energy of receiving love that you appreciate and that you love. If we're focusing on want and need, we repel love away from us, or lower vibrational energy draws in a lower vibrational love that is like, we do what we always did, we get what we always got, and we're like, I don't want that. So I like that energy here. Now, you do have the Three of Cups here, which when I get this, when in a love reading, um, with all this positive energy that's here, sometimes it means cheaters and third party when it's followed by other low vibrational cards, but all these are high vibration, which tells me that this is you and two others. It's like three peas in a pod, and this is like a precursor, a prerequisite that happens before you find love, which is finding two besties that are you guys are so much alike but different, but so much alike that you just bond immediately. And you are the support system for each other that will be in each other's lives for the rest of your lives. It's like Sex in the City, right? You're going to have these people that are your besties, but you all check each other's um, intentions, and they'd be like, hey, you found someone, haven't you? Yeah, how did you know? Because you're withdrawing, you're shrinking, you're becoming small. And no, 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 you're not going to do that again. And you're like, oh crap, I am. And they're like, all right, Thursday night is girls night, and they're like, oh, I have a date. And you're like, well, you rearrange that date because that is our time, and you're not going to change your life to fit into theirs. You're going to maintain your life, and you become part of each other's lives. And you're like, all right, yes, ma'am. It's like that kind of energy that you're having, and it's that support system. So that comes first before this next love, right? And you have the star card, which is like a dream come true kind of card. And this is what happens. It rolls in this order to allow you to have that. And they all three of you too with the star card help each other see what your true dream come true is, because you talk through things, you share things, and they're like, is that what you want, or is that what you think you're supposed to want? And that, again, you guys really are real in a loving way with each other, so supportive. No judgments, but you do call each other on your stuff, which is such a wonderful thing to have, because it's not done out of malice or jealousy or anything. It's done out of love for each other, because it is like, a sisterhood, or it doesn't have to be, you know, um, females. It can be whatever resonates for you there too. So I like that for you, Sissy. That's what they have for you right now. So all that happens, and then the other comes in. But managing your energy is an important part of the process too. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got love is the most powerful force in the universe. Thank you for your donation earlier. And your free reading is who were the beings that upgraded you spiritually? Are you related to them, lived with them in past lives? Oh, that's right. We were going to dive into that, right? So let's take a look here. Who were these beings that upgraded you spiritually? And are you related to them? Okay, let's take a look here. Well, here's the page of wands. Here's the upgrade. I really like that here. What's really standing out is these stars way above their head here in the universe. And I do feel like these, it was like a star seed collective of which you are a member of. You are a star seed. And a portion of your essence is still there with them, even though a portion of you wanted to come and have this human experience here too. So, and let's see here, are you related in past lives here? Knight of Pentacles. Again, what's really standing out is all this astrology behind the scenes here. And um, yeah, it's a different energy coming through on this card here. And this represents your physical form that's here. So, like, you weren't related to them in a past life as a human. This is you on this quest being here, but you definitely are connected to them through Starseed, through a Starseed collective. I really feel here with this bright, even though it looks like a moon, I'm seeing a giant sun. And the first thing that came to my mind is, and if this resonates for you, Sirius A, Starseed Collective. So the Syrian star seeds. And so if you don't know about them, look into that and see if that resonates, the energy of their Starseed Collective. Because a piece of you is still there, hanging out, being part of that collective, but you also extended to come here, and they're providing support to you from there, through through that wonderful energy. Um, Anything else I want you to know? Yeah, you're not alone. It's interesting because, b- uh, how do I explain this? I feel it, I see it. Let me put it into words. So, like as a Starseed collective, we're all a collective of all these. It's like all the drops in a pond, right? When does one end? When does one begin? I don't know. It's just they're all together, right? But when one wants to experience, like, what does it feel like to be a raindrop? One will evaporate, become a cloud, go, but there's still a piece of them still in the pond. It's just they allowed a piece of themselves to evaporate, to take form of a snowflake, to see what a snowflake feels like. And the whole entire pond feels along with it because they're not separate. So whatever every drop feels within the pond, every drop in the pond feels. So they are one, but individual, but everything they're experiencing individually, they also feel all together. And that's what's coming here. And that's why they're like giving you upgrades and they're along with you. They're feeling everything you're feeling, understanding everything you're thinking and you're experiencing. And they're with you and you're not alone. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that answered your question. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Victoria Huber-Ramirez. Hello, hello. What does your male Scorpio friend think of you? All right. Let's see what there is going on inside him. Of course, whenever we ask a question like that, Spirit likes to remind us. that what other people feel or think or whatever towards us is really how they feel about themselves a whole lot. So really it's not about us, it's about them, right? So, keep in mind, um, as we ask that question, what does he think of you? All depends on what they're going through in the moment, right? Constantly changing. Yeah. So the justice card is the changing of thought and belief, going back and forth and balancing out. And the King of Pentacles is this feeling of abundance and fullness, richness. There's a little bit of, um, see, now this is important to remember. This is a reflection of their own mind. They tend to see you as someone who is really drawn to the physical world, abundance, and the beauty of things and the material world. Not that you're materialistic, but they're like, you really are focused on trying to fill up your life with this fullness of energy. Now, you're like, that doesn't sound like me at all. Well, that would make sense because this is them seeing you through their own eyes. And they may be like, oh, I'm not materialistic. And you go, well, look at all the stuff that you're buying and trying to fill up your heart with from the outside world. Have you ever had that where someone's like complaining about someone else always being late? I can't believe that they're always late and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, pot kettle black, you're always late to everything that you come, with me. They're like, what? They don't realize that their judgment or their perception of the outside world is so much about themselves that they don't want to admit or see until that mirror appears. So that's a piece of that. But also mixed in with that is that they see you as someone, again, from their point of view of materialism that they have, that you could help make their life feel more full. And you're like, I'm not a piece of furniture. I'm a human. Hello. But that's a lot, excuse me, where they're at right now with their current energy. So um very interesting. But that's what they have for you, Victoria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Janessa Hernandez, you're up next. So, why does V keep reaching out if they are being negative? Okay, let's take a look here. Why does V keep reaching out if they're being negative? All right. So, we do have the Four of Cups and the Full card. Now, the Four of Cups is this emotional stage where it can almost get like we move from an odd number to an even number, and so an odd number is like a challenging energy, and then we move into an even number, which is a balanced energy, but we become stagnant and we want more. And so we have emotional triggers that are happening to help bring them to a new level. So this negativity that they're experiencing, they're on the verge here with a full card of an ending of a cycle and a beginning of new adventure. And so they're reaching out with their heart, but they also have all this um, upheaval and this energy of, especially emotionally conflicting energy, that they feel like I have to do something with this. I've got to express it. And they don't realize that it's coming out. They don't see themselves as being negative. They just see themselves as sharing their struggle. And because um, I need to, it's like I need to vent the energy so that I can expand. And you feel safe energy here too. It's like you're the, this isn't meant in a bad way, but you're the dog along with them on their adventure. You're that being they see as someone who's unconditionally loving and takes a lot of crap from people. And I feel like they're like, I can share this with you because you'll take it, right? So, there's some energy with that. Also, everyone is a mirror for us. And so um, when people reach out to us and they come across our path, it is for us. They're a mirror showing us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it too. So if they keep reaching out, and they're being negative, you can go, okay, where within myself do I have negativity? This is a mirror for me, and it'll keep showing up through them or other people or other situations until I see what I want to see about myself too. So there's an important thing to look at here and going, all right, they can be lower vibrational in doing that, but what's triggering within me? What negative thoughts do I have toward them or the situation? What lower vibrational or negative emotions am I feeling in here? What kind of energy am I focusing on? Am I focusing on fears? Am I growing fears in my life? What kind of actions am I taking in the outside world? And it's a good time to look at that, because once we recognize that this is happening for me for a reason, I wanted this interaction between me and them to happen for a reason. I set myself free. I transform and transition things. I don't need that lesson. I don't need that classroom. I don't need that teacher anymore to show me those things. So hopefully that helps. But that's what's going on right now, Janessa. So many blessings to you. And then lastly, but not leastly, we got Pramilaa. So hello, hello. You want to know about um, your marital life and future. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit is willing to tell you about right now. Okay, here's your two cards. So let's see here. All right, so marital life and future. Well, you've got the Temperance card, which, yay, yay, joy, joy, whenever we get a patience card and tempering, that things are unfolding slowly but surely. We enjoy the getting that card, right? But we have the Seven of Cups too that's coming in here. And the Seven of Cups, with this patience and things unfolding over time, is telling me here, in different lifetimes, we in some lifetimes we choose, like, we want to have a faded marriage, a faded relationship that no matter what, we're going to be drawn together. It just will be, between a range of time. That's the only thing that really alters with it, is we make an agreement. We're going to have this. And then there's lifetimes, like a vacation where you come down, like you're going to go on a vacation, and I'm just getting the plane ticket and the car and the hotel. The rest of all the extra stuff, I'm going to figure out when I get there. I want this adventure full of possibilities. That's a lifetime where we don't choose to have a fated relationship, but we have possibilities of relationships if we want. And that's what I'm feeling here with the Seven of Cups is, for your marital life and your future, you have these possibilities of individuals, but it has to do with your power of choice and the choices you make and the energy level of your self-love. And so you have a variety of different possible marriages in your future. Not like you're going to get married 7 times, but you have a possibility of a marriage with 7 different individual people, depending on the timeline and the choices that you make, because you'll end up hitting, someone different if you make different choices, if that makes sense. So, really, this um, uh, spirit is saying, you could zero in and go, okay, if I stay on this path and I continue in this direction, what kind of person will I meet? And you can always look into that. Um, but it's important to know that you don't have a fated one, and that the biggest thing that we can do if we want the highest loving experience is to focus on our self-love, right? Because the more we raise our self-love vibration, the higher vibrational relationships we have. If I keep my vibration at a low vibration that's rooted in, fear and expectations and those things, I'll end up with something that matches that energy. So the greatest gift we can give ourselves is raising our love vibration, our self-love, our self-worth, And we do that by clearing away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me anymore, emotions that don't serve me anymore, energy that doesn't serve me anymore, and clearing even my physical world, you know, of purging things that don't serve me so that I can raise that love vibration. And then I draw in something higher. Then I end up choosing, someone differently than on the path that I'm headed for at this time. So hopefully that helps, Pramilaa. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys again so much for all your patience in getting to your readings. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the thumbs up. That tells me you enjoy your free readings and it helps spread the Zen love. So you're part of the love tsunami. And I greatly appreciate that. I'll be back tomorrow morning in about 12 and a half hours. So I'll be back at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And then tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then again on Sunday as well at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you'd like to join me then, until then, remember every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And remember, have fun. We'll see you soon.